Melvin Justin Sanity Whitwell, and this is Ryan Rosinator Pierce, and we are from Innasanatorium.
Awesome. Welcome to the show, guys. Good to have you.
No worries. You too, mate. Thanks.
Yeah, cool. So you guys are based in Bunbury, right? Is that right?
Yeah, Bunganistan, as some people call it.
Yeah,
middle of nowhere.
We certainly are. Well, three of the lads live in Bunbury. Our bass player's out in Capel, and I'm actually out in Milup, back towards Mandurah. So we're all southwest based.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say we're all from Bunbury.
They don't tarnish me with the Bunbury brush. But look, we're at Savage Studios. This is Ryan's own personal studio, and this is where all the magic's been happening surrounding the new album.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful, man. That's good. What's the metal scene down your way like? Do you guys get to play shows there?
There's not really much anymore.
Yeah.
We did have one about, I suppose it all really kicked off about 10, 12 years ago when Death Pendant started making shows. And it all kicked off from there. There's a lot of shows going on pretty much every couple of months. A lot of people turning up. And then it slowly just defused. People didn't get excited anymore. It was just the same sort of, you need a lot of new people to keep coming in and making it worthwhile and exciting. And after a while, it just lost steam, I think. And there's pretty much no shows anymore.
I jumped on a few years back with my promotion company, Global Metal Machine.
Yeah.
Started doing some anti-violence festivals. They were metal-based to begin with. And we slowly got the following back, and there was people coming in the door, but I've had to step down recently to focus on my own mental health and wellness. And I'm hoping somebody that will, some promoter or some local musician might step up and fill the shoes, because look, there's a lot of people down this way that love metal right the way through the southwest. There's only a couple of venues like the Burley and maybe the River down south that do put metal bands on. So it's sort of non-existent at the moment, and you've got to do a lot of hard work for little reward in the long run, but we all love it, so we can only do what we can do.
Cool,
hopefully
man.
Someone like Kelvin said comes along and picks up the slack a bit. Because it does, like you said, it takes a lot of effort to get things going, and a lot of networking as well. So it'd be good if someone new came in and spiced things up a bit once again, like Kelvin did.
But look,
a while back.
Just quickly, the Stop the Violence festivals, through being a promoter, I was meeting so many talented musicians. And I had a radio show on Harvey Community Radio also, the Global Metal Machine show. And I first met Ryan when I introduced him there with one of his former bands. But I noticed that a lot of these talented bands that were playing my shows were, some of these bands were breaking up. And that's where I sort of had the idea to gather up some of these musicians. And the rest is history. That's where Innasanatorium was formed.
Yeah, I was going to ask, your Bandcamp page says that you started as a collective of 30 plus. So is that part of that?
That's part of Kelvin's his mind.
Yeah, well, look,
that's part of his. I can achieve anything, and I'm going to do whatever the hell I can.
I'm pretty open about the mental health issues that I have struggled with right the way through my life, and. Look, I use my anxiety for fuel to create these fucking crazy things in my head, and that's why I go under the alias Just Insanity, because I was meeting all these musicians, all these bands, and as these bands were breaking up, and especially after Medusa's Gaze broke up, because I'd seen the blood, sweat and tears that this man had put into it, that's when I knew that I had to collect up these musicians as a collective and really get something incredible going, like it was a full rock, sort of rock opera-based band to start with. The only two full-time members were Nathan Catlin and Chris Ailing in my original vision, our rhythm section, no longer with the band, mind you. And I was teaming up different vocalists and guitarists from all around WA that wouldn't usually work together. And the plan was to release a number of EPs under this format. But as you can imagine, it was a nightmare trying to orchestrate jams. And the first 12 months was, we can only say, just insanity. It was fucking crazy. And I'm quite surprised that we survived to get to where we are now. But after the third show as a collective, I believe it was Metal United Down Under in Bunbury in 2019, things fell apart spectacularly on stage. It was just so ambitious, the project. I think Adam, who is now our lead vocalist, I'll mention him in a minute, I think he done vocals on a song. He played guitar on a song. He was even on drums on a song. We had people jumping up out of the crowd and jumping on the mic thinking it's a collective. Can we all be involved? And it was after that third show as a collective, we had a meeting and decided, fuck this, let's streamline it. And that's where we're at now. And that's what we really want to talk about in the interview.
All of us came from a few different bands. And our other guitarist, Rapid, he's still in about 3 other bands as well. And me and the singer, Adam, we've been together as sort of bandmates since 2012. We had Medusa's Gaze. That was our first band together. That went for 8 years. We made an album, but it just didn't work out in the end, and we just had to give up. And yeah, once I gave up that, I put all my time and effort into this band. So, and we are where we are today. So
yeah, well, Ryan's from formerly Medusa's Gaze and She Oliver Baden. Adam Bomb McDonald, our lead vocalist, he used to sing for Medusa's and also She Oliver Baden as well. So this is the third band that Ryan and Adam have played in together.
Yeah, that's right, 3 bands.
Rapid Man, everyone knows Rapid Man from Suffering Rot. They're one of WA's premier death metal bands, been kicking around for a long time, made a big resurgence lately, so great to see. And Tim Cornish, our bass player, he's last one to come on. He come on after Chris Ayling walked away. Tim Cornish come on, and he hadn't been in the scene for about 14, 15 years. He used to play in a band called Firefox back in the day. So he was the only member that wasn't part of the collective. Ryan, Rapid Man and Adam, they all come on for 1 or 2 songs originally, and were part of that Metal United Down Under show when we had the meeting. And it was basically, Rapid still says to this day, he doesn't know how the fuck he ended up in this band, because he'd come on to play bass on a cover of Pantera, Heresy. Adam only come on to do the vocals on Heresy. And because that show was a shambles trying to do that ambitious project, we streamlined it. And anyone that was on stage with us that day, they're in the band, and the rest is history. So we got Ryan.
Yeah, we had a drummer. Not to mention our drummer as well. Nathan Catlin was our drummer for a while. At the moment, we're going with no drummer. We're basically just programmed drums. It didn't work out with us and Nathan in the end, even though we recorded a couple of songs with us. He's now playing with Jam Art.
Big shout out to you, Nathan, and Jam Art.
With Ursh. But as of this point, we haven't been able to find a drummer. Although, we've been looking quite hard. It's very hard to find not just a drummer, but a technical drummer in a sense as well, because there are drummers out there, but even just to find a technical drummer, it's quite hard to play fast stuff. And to find a drummer is okay, but to find a technical drummer is even harder, and that's where we're at the moment. And basically, we just haven't had any luck.
As you know, our drummers are quite few and far between here in WA. A lot of the really good drummers are playing in several bands. Down here in Bunbury, there's just not many drummers around. Big shout out to Demon from Deaf Dependent. He's like the premier drummer down this way. But to all the parents out there, like if you're looking at getting your kids into an instrument, get them a drum kit, because we need to fill this generation gap. But in saying that, I've been watching a lot of Typo Negative documentaries, big Typo fan. And a lot of people don't realise this, but after Sala Brasco left after the second album, The Form Life of Agony, Johnny Kelly come in, and although he played live drums, he's been programming the drums on every album that Typo brought out right up until they finished when Peter Steele passed away. And some people were a bit iffy about us using programmed drums to start with, but as a band, we couldn't be happier. It's really working out well for us, and so
and live, it's good because it's always the same. It doesn't change.
It never misses a beat. Goes easy on the band rider. So
yeah, you definitely have more control over the sound, I think, too, with the having that electronic drum mix. So
you can add stuff into the mix as well if you want. Like you can add effects. You can do whatever you want because it's all pre-recorded and ready to go. Whereas if you did have a drummer, not saying it wouldn't, it'd obviously be better to have a great drummer, but you'd have to have like a MIDI sort of thing to hit to get the effects happening, which just makes it a little bit harder. It's obviously doable, but just with programmed drums, it's just so much easier to just put it all in there and away you go.
And I must add that this man here, we'll touch on it soon, but he programs all the drums and he's done a fucking wonderful job. The drums on the album, they're sounding really authentic and natural, and we couldn't be more proud. So you're doing a mighty fine job, King.
Yeah, nice, man. Awesome.
Sweet. Thanks.
When you guys first started out, was there a specific sound you were after?
No.
Because it started as a collective. Our first 3 or 4 songs, because I was teaming up a different guitarist and a different vocalist, like I teamed up Ryan and Shannon Marston from Human Effigy, formerly a Nucleist, and is with Infinite Exile now. So the songs were coming out quite different because they were actually, the guitarists were writing different styles for the vocalists they'd been teamed up with. But since we've streamlined it, we'll touch on the album soon, but we have found the sound that we have been looking for. And upon release, as a band, we hope that people really dig what we do. But we're very proud of the product. We're very proud of the music, and the style is something that we've shaped over the last 18 months. And it's definitely quite different. We're a message-driven, riff-based, progressive thrash metal band with old school and new school sensibilities. We draw on many diverse influences. We've rolled it all into this ball, and some people that have heard the album, although it's not released yet, like our loved ones that have heard songs, we're creating a sound that only Innasanatorium can create, and we're very proud of that. So it is the sound that we are aiming for. Would you agree, Ryan?
Yeah, well, like I said, like Kelvin said, it's a very diverse range of sounds because of how we started. So you have death metal, you've got thrash metal, you've got some classic, almost like Iron Maidenish sort of riffs as well, and it's quite different, but it's good because it takes you on a journey. It doesn't just sound the same the whole way through. So it's
very emotive and atmospheric. And look, we've taken a lot of our earlier stuff had a lot of the ground vocals in there. You know, we love a good death metal vocal, but that wasn't the sound that we were aiming for. And we have collectively decided we still use the growls. Adam is a master of it, but we only add them to the song when it's going to enhance the song. You know, so a lot of the vocals are very melodic, and they're quite. It's
the most diverse range of vocals I've ever heard.
Yeah. I think our vocalist Adam McDonald is a massive fan of people like Mike Patton, and it tells his register, his range, his vocal range is.
He can do the old King Diamond right from Cannibal Corpse all the way up to King Diamond. That's the kind of range he's got.
It's unbelievable. And he uses all of that on this album.
It's
phenomenal.
Cool.
Next level stuff, So
talking about the vocals, I definitely noticed some of the clean vocal harmonies have a bit of an Alice in Chains kind of feel. Are you guys Alice in Chains fans?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've nailed it.
100%. There's a lot of Alice in Chains influence in there, and Adam would be doing backflips with excitement that you've picked up on that, because He's a massive fan, but as the vocalist and the lyricist of the band, Adam, he's definitely, he adds a new element, and until the album's released, people aren't gonna understand what we're sort of putting down here. You know, you've got to hear it to see where he's gone with it. They've heard Adam sing with Sheol, with Medusas. He was starting to go down this path, but he has done a lot of work, and his clean vocals now are phenomenal, goosebumps inducing. So.
Yeah, nice one. So now that's the five of you, what's the songwriting process like? How do you kind of break that up?
Nothing's really changed. Basically, the way the songs are written is just it's a streamlined process. So basically, we haven't actually gotten to the stage where we all sit down together and write songs together. It's basically I come up with riffs and drums to the riffs, and same with Rapid. Rapid actually writes his own songs as well in the band. He's written 2 of the songs on the album. I've written the rest. But basically, we both just sit down, we write our own riffs and structures, and then we come up with the drum patterns for it afterwards. And because we haven't got a drummer, that kind of takes that out of the equation. The drummer doesn't have to learn the songs, so that streamlines it quite a bit. And then everyone else, basically Tim then puts his own bass lines to the songs, and we do swap and change the structure depending on whether everyone's happy with it or not.
We don't operate like a normal band in general, and it really works for us. Like I said, we haven't got a drummer for a start. We're loving the drum programming. Ryan is not only the lead guitarist, one of the main songwriters, but also the producer in the band. So he's recorded everything, mixed and mastered it right here at Savage Studios. As I mentioned earlier, I come on as a manager and promoter. The creative sort of visionary, conceptual visionary in the first place, and got people on board. Yeah. But as we streamlined it, I've stepped up and I've been doing some backup vocals and doing some gang vocals, and we had a plan from the start that a lot of the music was going to be mental health based, and Adam carries a lot of empathy in his lyrics, and that's why I think we're really going to connect with people. So yeah, like I said, we've got a built-in producer, manager, promoter. We've got all those people in the band, and we've also got some other bits and pieces that are going to be unveiled at the album launch. But we're doing things that other bands in WA aren't doing at the moment, and we're quite excited about the next stages, aren't we? So
sure.
Yeah.
And we're should we tell them that we're well, we should, because we've already announced it. So we're actually working with Black Ruse as well to promote our album as well. So they're going to work with us over the next 3 months promoting the album. So that's another element to it as well.
Big shout out to you, Michael. He's doing all our marketing, all our promotion. He's absolutely wonderful. So we've teamed up with them. The reason why we've gone interstate is because as much as we love the WA scene here, it is quite small, and we've got big dreams for this band. So we're hoping to do a bit of state hopping at the end of the year once with COVID and all that sort of stuff at the moment, it sort of puts everything up in the air, but that's our plan. So we're hoping that Michael can sort of walk hand in hand with us to sort of make some of these dreams a reality. So
yeah, nice. Speaking of COVID, last year released Science in the House of God, like in June, pretty much smack bang in the middle of COVID. As being a little bit removed maybe in Bunbury, has that helped during COVID to still be able to get together and jam and, record, that kind of thing?
We had that song down for quite a while.
Yeah.
So okay. The only real new songs, there's only a couple of new songs on there. The rest of them we've had around for quite a while. Yeah. So that one in particular, we just basically had it all ready to go, and it was basically just a matter of recording it. And like I said, having no drummer, it makes it so much easier to do this sort of stuff. You don't have to worry about setting up and recording, and because recording drums can take a day to 2 days by itself, and then you've got to edit it all, and it's just a huge process. So doing that, it just streamlined it, and we were able to just do the guitars, the bass, program. The drums are already programmed because we had them programmed for live anyway. So it was, it's not a hard process when you got programmed drums there ready to go. So, and you're right, it was quite easy because of the fact that we weren't fully locked down over here.
Well, being in WA, we've been really blessed. I know that there's other look at Melbourne. Our hearts go out to Melbourne at the moment. And, other countries around the world are really struggling with COVID. We've been absolutely blessed here, and I'm not big on politics, but Mark McGowan's done a wonderful job right from the start, and it was through his actions earlier on that allowed our band to play 10 shows in 2020.
World record.
And I looked into it, and I believe Cage the Hate, who played 15, As Like the K's, who played 13, and Innasanatorium, who played 10 shows, we're probably 3 of the busiest band on the live stage in 2020. So we're blessed to be in WA. So yeah,
absolutely, man. Your 2019 song, "Accelerated Oblivion," it's almost seems like an anthem against the 1%, the richest. I like that.
Oh, how'd you pick that up?
yeah. I like that line. Unchecked capitalism. That's cool. What was there something specific that inspired the writing of that one? Something that pissed you off enough to kind of go, let's do it?
There definitely was. That's what it was. It was the with all the internet getting around now, the internet's obviously taken off in the last 20 years, and more people are being informed of how the world is run. Obviously, it's still got a little way to go, but I believe that over time, more and more people will realise what's going on in the world. Whereas before the internet, the majority of people had no idea what was. They just trusted the government. This is how it is. Rich people, they do care about us. They don't just care about money, which is a load of crap. Rich people they only care about one thing, which is money, and rorting us regular citizens. And more people are waking up to that, and that's a song based on that concept.
In a world that's dumbed down by design due to media and the control that the 1% have over the masses at the moment, we're hoping these sorts of songs will connect with people. And slavery was never abolished; it was only modernised, and we've got to keep fighting for our freedom any way that we can. And look, at the end of the day, music is our collective voice, and we get to have a say through our music. And we deal with Adam deals with some quite political themes and corruption and our disdain for religion and that sort of stuff. But the backbone of what we do is mental health based, and a lot of these things that we do write about, like accelerated oblivion, these are some of the things that are causing these mental health problems. Mental health is being farmed right now, and we need to take a grasp on it and grab back the freedom and our sanity. Because and look, like I said, I had a big breakdown at the end of last year. I'm still recovering from that, and I've had to step back as a promoter in the scene, shut down Global Metal Machine. I was with Jam Art Sound Lounge for a while, to focus on what we're doing with Innasanatorium right now. Because and it's not just me. I'm voicing what so many of us are going through at the moment. There's so much uncertainty. Is that the word? But it's songs like Accelerated Oblivion that wants to,
Accelerated Oblivion. Well, you think about the title. It's an acceleration towards the self-destruction of ourselves. Basically, that's the title meaning, and the root cause of that is the 1%. Our beliefs. Obviously, that's not everyone's belief. That's just what we think. And we think that's the cause of it, and we decided to write a song about it. So,
I see in your photos you got someone's wearing a demon mask, and Kelvin, I saw you had an inverted cross painted on your face. I love that, that theatrical kind of stuff. Is that always and the intent with you guys to kind of?
I'll let Kelvin take over on that one.
One second.
There we go. Nice,
okay. What we haven't said, look, we've got an album launch coming up on the 26th of June. We're going to talk about that shortly. But we decided to shut down our live appearances while we focused on the album. But we've also been working hand in hand with an image consultant. Big shout out to you, Nina Scold-Smith. When we hit the show at Hornography on June the 26th, we're not going to look like 5 different guys from 5 different towns from 5 different bands with no drummer. We have got a pretty loud image to match our new sound. And we're going to have so much stuff going on during that stage show and future stage shows. Big fans of Alice Cooper, all the theatrical stuff. We've been working really tightly with some key members of Church of Belligerents. They're an arts organisation that run out of Perth. They do some phenomenal stuff. But yeah, we can't really give too much away except for the hat, the infinity sign. That is the symbol of Innasanatorium. But we all have aliases, and people aren't going to see that to the full extent until the album launch on June the 26th. But there's going to be so much going on, along with
it's going to be a theatrical show.
There's going to be so much shit happening that people are not going to realise that we have not got a drummer. There's going to be a lot of alternative
that's it.
Stuff getting incorporated into our show. But look, I'm Justin Sanity. This is Rosinator. We have Rapid Man on guitar. We have Adam Bomb on lead vocals and Metal Cunt Tim Cornish on the bass. So you might have to beat that, but shit happens on YouTube. We're right.
That's right, mate.
Look, and
we've got Heavy D. He's our. Well, we used to have a laptop. See, that laptop used to be our program drums, and we used to call him Heavy D.
Oh, yeah.
And now we've got Rapid bought a pedal. Now he's got a pedal, and you can actually select the song with a knob, and then hit the pedal to push play. So he's still called Heavy D, but he's shrunk a bit.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a lot of smoke, a lot of fake blood, a lot of visuals, a lot of theatrics, and we're really fucking excited about it. You can probably tell.
Yeah.
We're going to spontaneously combust.
Surprised you haven't already, mate.
Look, big shout out to Nina, Megan, Jared, everybody that's involved in where we're going with this vision, because even though we've streamlined it, the vision is still just insanity, and we want to create not just a sound, but a show. We want people to be wowed.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going for. We're working with some phenomenal people, and we can't wait for everyone to see our new look.
It's unlike what you would normally see.
Especially coming from Bunbury.
and Bridgetown.
Bridgetown.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome, man. I'm looking forward to it. That's good.
Yeah, pretty good.
How was the going back to the album, Odyssey of the Mind? How was the recording process? Like, how long has it taken you guys to get that together?
Well, once again, the drums are already done because of the program drums. Basically, it was just I've got all my obviously stuff set up here, ready to go. So I just record the guitar. I can take as long as I want. I'm not restricted by any sort of schedule or anything like that, like strict schedule, like you've got 2 days to do it and that's it. I just record as I go. If it sounds good, it sounds good. If I'm not happy with it, I'll just redo it. And basically we recorded all the bass, guitars. Rapid, he records his own guitars at his house as well. So he's got his own little setup, which makes it really handy for everyone involved. And then Adam only lives not far from here, so he comes in, and he came in every couple of days when he's free, because he's got kids and he works a lot. And basically he recorded vocals as we went. He was actually making up not the lyrics. Well, basically we had everything already recorded and ready to go. It was just the vocals that we had to work on. And once he come up with the melodies and the lyrics, then he came in and did them as he was coming up with that sort of stuff. So it wasn't like a 2-day process or a week process. It was very casual and very.
Look, this guy is one of the most modest motherfuckers that you'll ever meet. The work he has put into this album, the hours that he has put into this album, not only writing these special songs and the guitars, the solos, but also recording everything, mixing, mastering it. He's the heart and soul of this band, and he's put so much work in that. Look, man, we're just being honest. It's been a lot of burnout on Ryan, and especially for him. I can't wait for everybody to hear this final product because it
turned out really good.
Yeah, but he's put the hard yards in. He really has. So even to the point, let me add that last jam he'd been putting so much into the recording, mixing, mastering that he had to relearn his own guitar solos because
completely forgotten.
It's unbelievable. He has been multitasking like a motherfucker to get this final product that we're very proud of. So
nice.
The only downside of that, obviously, is it takes away from the creative aspect of writing and practicing. So it might not happen again, but we'll see how we go.
And look, we have, we work really well as a band. Like I said, it's a little bit of a different setup, but it works so well for us. Just the connection, the mateship, the brotherhood, the love that all 5 of us have for each other. We have constant band meetings, like a lot of monotonous shit that a lot of bands don't want to do. They just want to get on stage and rock it out. But I think right from the start, we had a vision, didn't we?
Yeah, that's what
we had a vision.
You need a vision for a band, yeah.
Yeah, and we're sort of building everything around that now. So
yeah.
No, it's great, man. The cover art looks awesome as well. Who did that for you for the album?
There's a guy, and I've been eyeing off this website called All 4 Bands. So it's all and then the number 4 and then band. They look really good. I've been eyeing them off for the last probably 8 years, but I just never did anything with them. But this time I thought, I'll give them a go. And I completely blown away with what they came up with.
Absolutely phenomenal. There was a couple of ideas that we were throwing around to start with, but we couldn't. Like I said, as a band, we got to collectively agree on the direction, and there was a few ideas that we couldn't collectively agree on. So we decided to put some money in, and Ryan got onto this fella, and when he sent back the product, we just fell over backwards. It was just absolutely perfect. Like we sent him a description of what we're looking at, but what he sent us back was tenfold on what we could have ever imagined. It's phenomenal. So
and they've got everything, like it's, all 4 band, meaning basically anything you want for your band we can do. So that involves t-shirts, logos, artwork, full albums, recording, mixing, mastering, promotion, everything. They do it all under one company. And obviously they've got a lot of people who do separate parts. So the guy I was dealing with, his name's Vladislav, believe it or not. I'm pretty sure it's a Russian name or something like that. But he had his artwork guys do that. So not him himself, but I don't know the guy's name who did it, but it's under the company All 4 Bands. So.
And look, at the end of the day, we talk about all the crazy shit and the ambitious vision of the original band, but we run this band as like a business. We all get a little bit of money each week taken out of our accounts, put into our band account, and we've been building this up for a long time now. So we've pumped it. We've pumped some money into getting the quality album, not just artwork, but the full package of the album is what we wanted. We've hooked up with Michael from Black Ruse. So we try and be as professional as we can, and we know at the end of the day, like if we want to be proud of the vision and the product that we put out to our fans, we got to work hard and put some money into it, and that's what we have done. So, and we've hooked up with some really good people. So, yeah.
Well, I guess lastly, we've got the Hornography show we've been talking about coming up, and got Flesh Worship and Vulgarat, a couple of awesome bands playing. Lucy's Love Shack. You've hinted at some stuff.
Pretty new.
Yeah.
I think Vulgarat's pretty new. Yeah, it's Daniel James and the James Brothers.
Yeah. Former Tempest boys.
Yeah.
Looking forward to playing with them. I believe this is going to be their first outing on the live stage.
I don't think they're proper like full metal. They're more like a metal sort of hard rock sort of.
Yeah, members of Tempest Rising and This Is Spud Gun, huh? Yeah.
And Flesh Worship, they're a great band. The first time we heard them, which was at our very first Perth show, we were blown away by them.
Our jaws were just on the ground, like,
these guys, they come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then when I heard their album, I was like, wow, that's a really good album. That's next level sort of stuff. So they're going to do great things, I think.
So look, we've got 3 really different sounding bands, and we're really excited about that. Big shout out to Vulgarite and also Flesh Worship. We're stoked that they're the 2 bands on the album launch. But look, we've got to give Dicey and Gabba a shout out, and the Hornography crew. Like, this is, for 4 of us, this is our first time playing Hornography. I believe you've played Hornography with Shiol once.
I played one with the Shiol Abaddon back about probably 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was good. Yeah.
So no, we're all really stoked.
That was at the what was the other?
Boston.
Yeah, not that long ago actually. But Lucy's Love Shack is a really good venue. I really enjoy playing it.
We played at the start of the year?
Yep.
With we opened up for System of a Down Under at Lucy's, and it's a phenomenal setup. We loved it. The sound was really good. It's quite an intimate, like, tight little space, and so we couldn't be more pumped about playing Hornography. Yeah, so Dicey and the lads, cheers for giving us the opportunity. We're hoping to blow the fucking roof off the place.
Yeah, man.
It's the idea, mate.
Gonna be shooting fireworks out our ass.
Excellent, mate. Cool.
Anyway, I forgot the name of that. What was that movie with Jackass? That's right, Jackass style.
Nice, mate. Yeah. Cool.
And look, I've got to say, congratulations on the new show.
Is this the first video to video?
That's right.
I've been watching some of the stuff.
Yeah, no, cheers. Yeah, moving forward, you're doing this, it's good.
Because we first heard about you. Me and Ryan are actually the podcasters. We've done the Neighbour of the Beast WA metal podcast on Monday nights.
Oh, yeah.
And so what, we finished up not long ago now. So,
well, we finished up, but we haven't indefinitely finished.
Yeah, we're going to do more shows down the track, but we just got too busy and I had to focus on my mental health. But it was great to see you come along and kick off Nightbreed. So I know that the gap's filled. There's some good metal shows and podcasts happening in WA. So I hope it all goes really well. So
need more of it.
No, cheers. No, thanks a lot, man.
Tune in because it's hard to get listeners, but I think this sort of thing and diversifying definitely helps.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Cool.
Before we finish off, can I just give a couple of shout outs?
No, of course, mate. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, look, the WA scene is booming. Like I said, as a promoter for 7 years, absolutely blown away by the quality of music coming out of this state right now on every level of rock, grunge, punk, metal, through to extreme metals. Like WA is honestly the hotbed of the world right now for talent. You know, bands like Crypt Crawler just dropped their new album, and it's fucking unbelievable. Shows on every week. So a couple of bands that I really want to mention that I'm really personally excited about is big shout out to, of course, Urjon and Jam Art. I'm loving what Jam Art are doing. It's such a melodic, soulful sound, and I'm really looking forward to their new album. Nathan, our former drummer, is drumming for Jam Art. But check out Jam Art, everybody that's viewing this, if you haven't already. They're wonderful. And the other band I've got to mention is Diamond fucking Sky. Absolutely phenomenal band. Loving what they're doing, but the bands are our next level. ALD, Cage the Hate just brought out one of the albums of the year, then broke up. So, anyone you want to mention?
I haven't actually thought of anyone, but pretty much what you were saying.
I'll put him on the spot. So.
I mean, I like most of the bands. I know Enforcer just brought out a new album, and also Crypt Crawler, like not Crypt Crawler, what are they called? Flesh Worship, and also Ashen. I know Ashen brought out a new album.
Yeah,
that sounds really cool as well. And I know your cousins brought out a new EP as well. Imperia. So they're another good
full blown
band as well.
Full blown, like it's a real like a European, authentic European black metal straight out of fucking Harvey.
Nice, man. All right, yeah.
So it was actually recorded on their phone.
Check it out, Imperia, phenomenal band, and big shout out to Corinne. Thanks, cheers for mentioning it. I forgot all about that. Big shout out to Corinne, but her other half is of course Jack Lane. Big shout out to you also, Jack. He's migrated over here to be with Corinne, but people might know Jack from Christ Dismembered and Frostvale and some of these big black metal bands from South Australia. And it's a small world because Jack's older brother, Chris Lane, used to play in Ryan's former band, Medusa's Gaze. So, big shout out to Jack and
very
Corinne.
Small world. Yeah.
Beautiful. Cheers, guys.
No worries. Thanks a lot for all your work, bro. Cheers, dude.
Thanks, man.